Connecticut and Massachusetts compared. Connecticut and Massachusetts are two of the most beloved states in the Northeast. They share a culture, geography, and climate that is very similar. These states are both parts of the New England region, and they are both in the top 5 states with the lowest population density. However, there are some key differences between Connecticut and Massachusetts. Despite these differences, both states are great places to live. If you're looking for a culturally rich place and have plenty of things to do, you should consider moving to Massachusetts. If you're looking for a place with a more relaxed atmosphere and lower cost of living, then Connecticut may be the better option for you. We compiled the comparisons below to help you better understand the differences between Connecticut and Massachusetts. Take note that all the information in this video is based on careful research from various reliable sources. If you want to learn more interesting facts, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button and the notification bell to get more updates. Now, let's get started. Geographical information. The first difference between Connecticut and Massachusetts is their size. Connecticut is a relatively small state with an area of only about 5,567 square miles. Massachusetts is much larger, at nearly 10,565 square miles. Massachusetts has a population density of only 897 per square mile, while Connecticut has a population density of 739 per square mile. This means that Connecticut is less populated than Massachusetts. The capital city of Connecticut is Hartford, while the capital of Massachusetts is Boston. Connecticut's geography is hilly, forested, and largely rural. Although it does contain some cities like Hartford and Bridgeport, much of the state remains undeveloped today. Massachusetts has a lot more coastline than Connecticut, with plenty of bays and estuaries along its southern shoreline. Natural environment. Connecticut has a diverse natural environment with many different types of landscapes. For example, it is home to Long Island Sound and the Atlantic Ocean. There are also many large parks, such as Talcott Mountain State Park in Simsbury, Connecticut. On the other hand, Massachusetts' coastline along Cape Cod Bay is much more significant than Connecticut's. Massachusetts has a larger percentage of forest land than Connecticut in terms of forests. This is because the state has colder winters and more precipitation overall. However, Connecticut does have more wetlands than Massachusetts. This is because the state has a longer coastline and receives more rainfall each year. Cities and towns. Connecticut only has 169 towns with only 21 cities, and most of these are quite small. The largest city in Connecticut is Bridgeport, which has 148,654 people. Massachusetts has almost twice as many cities as Connecticut does, with 292 towns and 59 cities. The largest city in Massachusetts is Boston, with over 675,647 people. Climate information. Connecticut and Massachusetts have similar climates. Both states are located in the humid continental climate zone, characterized by 4 distinct seasons. The coldest month in Connecticut is in December, when the temperature averages about 38 degrees Fahrenheit. The coldest month in Massachusetts is January, when temperatures average about 36 degrees Fahrenheit. The warmest months of the year are July and August in Connecticut, with high temperatures averaging around 83 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit. The warmest month for Massachusetts is also July, with summer highs that reach up to 84 degrees Fahrenheit. Population information. Another difference between Connecticut and Massachusetts is their population. Connecticut has over 3 million people, while Massachusetts has a population of about 7 million people. This means that Massachusetts is home to twice as many people as Connecticut. However, they are very different in terms of age distribution. About 19.8% of Massachusetts' population is younger than 18 years old, while only 20.6% of Connecticut's residents are under 18 years old. On the other hand, about 16.5% of Massachusetts citizens are 65 or older, while 17.2% in Connecticut are elderly people over 65 years old. Demographics. The next difference between Connecticut and Massachusetts is in terms of demographics. Connecticut has a population of around 80% white, while most people living in Massachusetts are also white at about 80.8%. However, significant minorities are present in both states, only about 4.9% of Asians in Connecticut, while Massachusetts has a higher percentage of Asians at around 7.1%. There is also a higher percentage of Hispanics living in Connecticut, around 16.5%. African Americans make up only 12% of Connecticut's population. Hispanics make up around 12.3% of the people in Massachusetts, while African Americans account for 8.9%. History. The two states have different histories as well. Massachusetts was one of the original 13 colonies, while Connecticut became a state in 1788. This means that there are many more historical landmarks in Massachusetts than in Connecticut. Massachusetts is also the location of many historical events, including the Boston Tea Party and some significant battles during the Revolutionary War. Connecticut has its fair share of history too. It was here that Roger Williams founded Rhode Island after being exiled from Massachusetts for his religious views. Culture. Massachusetts has the unique cultural traits that set it apart from other states in the United States. For example, many famous artists grew up here, such as Edgar Allan Poe, Nathaniel Hawthorne, and John Adams. The state also has many historical buildings that date back to the 19th century. Massachusetts is well known for its historical landmarks, such as Cape Cod National Seashore Park. Massachusetts also has several annual events which are important parts of the local culture. For example, the Boston Marathon is an annual marathon that attracts runners worldwide to participate in this event. There are not many cultural events or landmarks in Connecticut compared to Massachusetts. The reason for this is because it has a smaller population. However, the state does have a few popular tourist destinations, such as Mystic Seaport and the Mark Twain House. Education and income levels. One of the most main differences between these two states is education and income levels. Massachusetts residents are more highly educated than those living in Connecticut. About 38.9% of Connecticut residents have bachelor's degrees or higher than 42.9% in Massachusetts. Massachusetts residents also have a higher median household income in terms of income levels. The median household income in Massachusetts is $77,378, while it is only $76,106 in Connecticut. Thus, the average person in Massachusetts makes about $1,272 more than in Connecticut. Universities. Another difference between these two states is in terms of education. Massachusetts has many universities, including Harvard University, the first university founded in the United States back in 1636. Massachusetts also has other universities, such as Amherst College and the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, highly respected academic institutions. On the other hand, Connecticut only has a few universities, such as Yale University and Wesleyan University. These two institutions are considered highly prestigious in academia and attract students from all over the world. The primary university in the state is the University of Connecticut, founded in 1881. Business and industry. Massachusetts is also top in terms of business and industry. The state has many major companies, such as General Electric, founded by Thomas Edison back in 1892. Another popular company based in Massachusetts is TJX Companies, the parent company of TJ Maxx. There are also some major companies in Connecticut, including Glencore, XPO Logistics, and Charter Communications. However, the business and industry sector is not as developed in Connecticut as in Massachusetts. Employment rates. The employment rates are also different in these two states. The unemployment rate in Massachusetts is only about 5.4%, while the unemployment rate for Connecticut is a little higher at around 6%. This means that more people are working in Massachusetts than in Connecticut, and it may be because the median household income is higher in Massachusetts. Politics. The politics of these two states are also quite different. In Massachusetts, the Democrats and Republicans are evenly matched. The current governor of Massachusetts is Charlie Baker, a member of the Republican Party, while the representatives in the House of Representatives are Democrats. However, in Connecticut, the Democrats have a stronghold. The current governor of Connecticut is Ned Lamont, a Democrat, and all representatives in the House of Representatives are Democrats. Economy. The annual GDP of Massachusetts is higher than that of Connecticut. The GDP of Massachusetts in 2020 was $582.477 million, while the GDP of Connecticut was only about half, at around $276.423 million. This is likely because Massachusetts' business and industry sector are more developed. The main contributors to the GDP of Connecticut are financial services, real estate, and professional services. Conclusion. Although Connecticut and Massachusetts are very different in demographics and history, they share some similarities, such as their proximity to each other. Both states are great places to live, work, and raise a family. Connecticut and Massachusetts are both beautiful states with a lot to offer, but they're different in many ways too. Whether you want the more densely populated Boston or the quieter New England towns of Connecticut, there is something for everyone here. Which state do you find most appealing and why? Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, and turn on the notification bell.